Hello friends, this is Darkscream, and this will be the gameplay testing for Asqueria, Origins of the Dream. So you have the ability to do a story recap if you want. I skipped it in this video. You can check it out in the game if you like. We're using a pretty standard old-school JRPG system. There is a chance for random encounters out here on the overworld. However, it's pretty low, and it's lower on the roads, easier fights on the roads if you don't want to fight. However, I don't think I actually get one. Yep, so we get to the tower without getting a random encounter. So the dungeons, you're able to dash, there's some secret paths with chests, there's damage floors, and yep, there's a random encounter. So let's check out some of the spells we've got set up here. You can see Hagrid's got some shadow magic, we've got Lerige with her Phyto and Lumi magic, which is kind of like a druidish type character, and then we've got Demeo, dual-wielding, kind of a religious assassin type. She has some cool moves. It's pretty standard stuff, right? Hit the mobs. You'll notice some different effects going on here. The purple lady, the second one down from the top, that's Agrit. She regenerates mana when she does a physical attack. Characters generate TP, technique points, when they do attacks, and that's kind of like a builder-spender system that lets them do like a big move after. You can see here we've got a few different spells we're jumping through. So Demeo can go ahead and do a pilfer, that's like a steal effect, so she stole some gold here. Argenti's just laying the beats. Agrit uses seduction, which is like a charm effect. Lerige uses confession, which is like a scan effect. You can see here the monster's stats are read out, and most importantly, the elemental weaknesses and absorb types. So this lets the party kind of tune their tactics to the enemies. Yeah, so we'll just go through here and finish these guys off, show off a few different spells. So, Gleaming Gashes does 3 random targets. There's only 1 target on the screen, but if there were more than 1, it might jump back and forth between the targets. So we have some damage floors. We still have random encounters here, too. It's important to note, if you don't want to fight, you can escape, right? And we've got a locked door, so what are we going to do about this? It looks like there's some pots. We can go ahead, check the pots out. This one had slimes in it, oh no. So, you can see we've got some obstacles in the dungeon here. We're going to cut ahead to a different section. Just know you're going to find the key and open the door and go upstairs to the next level. And before we cut away, you see Demeo just did a move that changed her model, her color. She shifted to dark stance, and that's a move that lowers her defense, increases her attack, and changes out her Lumi magic, or light magic, for a much darker option, blood magic, which costs hit points instead of mana. She can switch back and forth freely, tuning herself to the types of enemies that we see, and we'll see that in the next clip. Alright, so fast forwarding a little bit, we've got the key and we're headed upstairs. And the next floor here you can see a pretty classic switch puzzle conundrum. So you've got some choices here. The order that you do the switches will let you get certain treasures. Those treasures might have a cost to acquiring them though, as you can see. Oh dear, we've gotten trapped. We stepped on the big red button. I'm not sure what we expected to happen. So you can navigate through that puzzle, and on the other side there's actually a path with some monsters, and let's check that out instead here. Alright, so we went through the switch puzzle, but you could, if you wanted, go through this shorter route and fight some monsters. Now this is a bit of a mini-boss. He's quite tough. We'll get to see a few different skills used here. Because he has some strengths and weaknesses. So actually, Lerige will confession. We'll do a scan on him, and Demeo's going to switch back to light form. Because I have a feeling this big skeleton guy is not going to be weak to shadow damage, right? He's going to be weak to something else. So let's see. So we scan him, a little bit of bug with the UI here, but we can see, yep, he's got some stats. He's weak to light damage, he's immune to poison, and he'll absorb dark damage. So unfortunately, Agrit's not going to have a lot of options here, but a lot of folks in our party have some light magic attacks that they can use, so they'll go ahead and use those. Now, Demeo's going to use a move here called Light Touched, which will actually enchant her basic attack with light damage. So it lets her choose that element now that we know what this monster is weak to. And you can see he's pretty tough. And he's got a touched as well, shadow touched. Along with the element touch spell, you get a minor stat buff. Each of them gives different stats. So we're going to just plunk away at him here. Now, the thing about Shadow Touched, it increases the target's luck, so I think, yep, he ends up dodging my attacks here, which is unfortunate. Luck normally doesn't do much in RPG Maker, but I've changed it so it scales dodge and hit and crit percents all a little bit. And you see he's buffing himself again here. So Argenti's going to use Gleaming Gashes, which is a or Light Touch, so he's going to buff his holy damage there. And looks like Lerge is figuring out what to do. She'll use Entangling Vines, which will stun the opponent. And DeMeo is just going to clean house. See how much damage she did? That was with the Light Touched active. So she's blessed her weapons with holy energy, and now she's wrecking this Lich. Lerge managed to stun him, so he doesn't get an action this turn. And it looks like Argenti's going to finish him off. DeMeo's going to finish him off. Destroyed. He's worth a pretty good chunk of experience, so we level up here, and I believe we get some extra loot as well. And we'll end the video here. There's a lot more content than this, a huge couple of dungeons for you to travel through. So check it out on the itch.io page. Thanks for watching.